So, I figured I might as well start this new series on my channel where I rank different things about the Sonic franchise. And I figured what a better way to start off than ranking every Sonic voice actor that had voiced, well, Sonic, of course. But we're gonna start off from the beginning and then, we'll start from the very first Sonic actor, lead up to the most recent one, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, as most of you may know, and some of you may not know, Jaleel White of Family Matters fame was the first voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. Back in 1993, the company ABC wanted to make an animated series based around the Sonic the Hedgehog games. And they introduced some new characters, and they brought in Sonic and Tails. And since, Jaleel White was already famous on Family Matters, and that was on ABC, they figured, how about we get this guy to just do his Steve Urkel voice for Sonic? And it worked. But in the context of being Sonic, I know he is, like, the guy that we need to give the most credit to. Like, he gave Sonic his personality. Like, he gave Sonic his voice. And because of that, it hasn't aged very well. So I have to say, in the rank here, from S tier to, E tier, no, he's gotta be at least B rank. Sorry, Jaleel, but there are better Sonics out there. Next up on our list is none other than Ryan Drummond from Sonic Adventure to Sonic Heroes. Now, Ryan Drummond, again, he was Sonic's voice whenever he became more cool, I guess, where he became more of a teenager than just a kid. So he had to have that kind of tone in his voice where it's like all cool and hip with the kids, I guess. It was the late 90s after all. But his first voice acting appearance for Sonic in Sonic Adventure really didn't age that well. So I have to say his best voice performance of Sonic was in Sonic Heroes, which was sadly his last game as Sonic. He only voiced Sonic for what was it, 3 or 4 games? 3 games not including Sonic Shuffle, because it's just a Mario Party ripoff. But with the ranking, I'm gonna have to say he's high A tier. Now on to one of my personal favorite Sonic voice actors, Jason Griffith. He was the voice of Sonic in Sonic X, which was in 2003, and once Sonic X became more popular than the Sonic video games, Sega realized that they can cash in on this, so they brought in all the Sonic X voice actors to replace all of the Sonic voice actors before them. So Ryan Drummond Sonic was replaced by Jason Griffith in their next game, Shadow the Hedgehog, which came out about 1 to 2 years after Sonic Heroes. And people didn't like it that much. But like every Sonic voice actor, the Sonic voice actor usually grows into their own Sonic voice. They usually figure out what they want to do and how they do it. So Jason Griffith started voice acting Sonic in Sonic X, and it just sounded like a lazy impression. No offense to J. Griff. And then he found his Sonic voice about 5 years later in the video game Sonic Unleashed, one of my personal favorites. But the thing with all these Sonic voice actors that you'll come to find out, as soon as they find their spot in the Sonic fandom or franchise, they get replaced, which is what had happened to Jay Griff in the year 2010. Speaking of, Roger Craig Smith is next on this list. Oh, wait, yeah, I'm sorry. For Jason Griffith, it's S tier. I love Jason Griffith Sonic. Anyways, back to Roger Craig Smith. He replaced Jason Griffith for Sonic in around 2010 by the release of Sonic Colors. Like all Sonic voice actors, when they start out, it's just a lazy impression. But what happened with this guy's Sonic was he's been the voice of Sonic for, God, over 10 years now. And it's impressive. Like, he always keeps updating his Sonic voice. I gotta say his best performance, as much as I'm not a huge Sonic Boom fan, I have to say his best performance is from the Sonic Boom TV show, because he has a bunch of funny moments in it. And his best performance from the games, I'm gonna have to say is, it's obvious, Sonic Frontiers is the best voice performance from him, though I personally like his voice performance in Sonic Colors. His line delivery isn't great, I just find it funny. But Roger Craig Smith, high S tier, right beside Jay Griff. Now, this isn't technically a replacement, but it's the actor who played him in the live-action Sonic movies, Ben Schwartz. I love this guy. He suits Sonic perfectly, and he acts like an energetic little kid. It's just perfect. I don't know what to say, other than my friend, whose name I'm not going to say because I don't know if I have permission to say her name on this channel, but she's a huge fan of The Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the voice of the live-action Sonic is the voice of Leo from that show. So she can probably agree with me that she really likes Ben Schwartz Sonic, because it's whenever both of them speak, you like, if you hear Sonic speak, you think of Leo. When you hear Leo speak, you think of Sonic. It's just back and forth, and it's just really fun to watch him be Sonic. But since I'm a very harsh critic, I'm gonna have to put Jason Griffith in A tier. He hasn't been Sonic for long enough. Now for the most current Sonic voice actor, Devin Mack. He is the voice of Sonic in the newest Sonic property, Sonic Prime. Personally, I think he's great. He brings back that kind of goofy Ryan Drummond feel from the old Sonic Adventure games, but he also has that kind of sentimental emotion that Jason Griffith would have. And he's really just fun to listen to, but after a while it kind of just gets annoying. Maybe it's just me, and I have, like, maybe it's just me and I think there's too many Sonic voice actors. But personally, I think Devin Mack is a good Sonic, but I'm gonna have to put him in a low A tier. Sorry, Devin. For a quick honorable mention, Martin Burke, who was the voice of Sonic in the old 90s OVA. Not a lot of people remember this guy, but personally, since Sonic didn't really have a pinpoint voice at that point in time, they didn't have much to go off of, so it was just kind of his own voice, just high pitched, and it sounded like he was plugging his nose whenever he's said anything. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put him in a high B tier. Sorry, Martin.